Welcome to Guns and Gear Network, everyone. Appreciate you tuning in. Today we're going to take a look at my off-grid and hunting land. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. So today I'm just down here. I hadn't been down here in a while and I want to come check it out. It's my off-grid and hunting land area and some neighboring land. They've done some logging and things like that, and I kind of wanted to see what the road looks like. I have a basically essentially an old logging road that is about 1/4 mile long and goes way back all the way down to a river, and it's still summertime out, so it's funny how woods look totally different in the summer than in the winter. So with all the foliage on the trees and everything, it just looks a lot different from season to season. But it's very heavily wooded in this area, and it's gonna be a little shaky because I don't have a tripod and I'm driving, so I just kind of wanted to show you guys around. This property is, and again, I'll go ahead and apologize for the camera. I just stuck it on my dash. Hopefully it ain't gonna be too bouncy. But I didn't bring a chainsaw. Probably should have, now that I think about it. But I was able to get down pretty far. I could have used a chainsaw in a couple little spots, but overall, not terrible. And for you guys that wondered about my limb risers, hang on, let me get this camera off the dash. If you look right there, I have the limb riser, and there, it's right there. These things come in really handy in these situations. Those limb risers do. And I think that camera will stay there, guys. But where there's a lot of limbs that hang over and on a trail that you're trying to get through, and it's probably going to save some grief on my fenders and my light bar up top and things like that. This is one area right here that I wished I'd have brought a chainsaw, but it's actually rotten, so it's real punky wood. I had to put it in 4-wheel drive and just drove over. It's all I did. Matter of fact, it looks like most of it got crushed a while ago when I went over it the first time. But it actually is not bad. I've seen it a lot worse. That we've had to clear this road out of a bunch of trees getting back into the area, and I was just kind of scouting it out. I've already passed 2 big deer. I jumped coming down through here, and there's a dry creek bed. I'll show you that if you can see it down in there. That only time that creek ever has water in it is it's got a couple little natural springs here and there, but overall it's a old dry creek bed. Occasionally you'll get water running in it when if it floods, you know, like really heavy rain. We get a lot, and it's basically wash off water that goes down through there, and that's it. But you can tell just the way I'm in the camera, hopefully it's picking up kind of how dense these woods are back in here. But yeah, it wouldn't take much this fall when a lot of this foliage dies off to be able to clean this logging road back up and get in and out a lot easier than what I'm doing. A pole saw works the best. I mean, just make short work of this stuff pretty easy, but it's long, so sometimes it ain't, to me, it's not even worth messing with. I got my truck, I can just drive down in here. But a lot of this little stuff you can clear out pretty quick and toss it to the side, just so you're not, you can hear all that scraping and stuff going on, going down through here. But yeah, if you have a retreat land, and there's one spot, this ain't it, it's the next one up, there's a part of that dry creek bed. It crosses the road and the logging road here, and it pretty good little drop off into it. Try resetting that camera. I got a little sticky pad that it sits on. But here's one of the, right there, I guess you saw that, where I'd like to have a saw to cut that out and get that out of the way, but I could drive around it pretty easy. So I've basically been able to see what I wanted to see. We're getting ready to hit that dip here in a second. Over the years, we have put logs into this dip and other things just to fill it in to make driving over it easier, but there it is. Got over it. But they rot out or whatever and that kind of thing. But so yeah, this land has been in my family for years, and we've always had it, and I've used it and know it like the back of my hand down in here. But it's funny where they logged out some of that other track land. It looks totally different now. It's funny how that stuff affects the way stuff you remember it or visualize it. This is a pretty steep little grade I'm going up, so you have to be careful when you're down in here. If you get in down here and a snowstorm moves in, or ice storm, or heavy rains or something, you got to have a pretty good truck or four-wheel drive to get in and out of that. I'll show you this coming up around this corner. There is I'll pull down in here. There is a pond over here. I don't know if you can even see it. Yeah, there's a old pond back in here. I used to fish a lot when I was a kid, way before all this was grown up like it is. But it is really, really grown up at this point. But nah, you really can't even see the pond. It's all this stuff's covered it up now. But interesting. I'll show you this real quick. You probably can see it already. There's an old tree stand that's still standing. But we debated on maybe doing something with this land, like opening it up as a business. So what I mean by that is like overlanding and a camping, like primitive camping. Again, I apologize for this camera. I know that's kind of making y'all sick, that thing moving around so much. But like primitive camping, and have a place for people to come and maybe do a little trail riding, things like that. I mean, I'd have to go in and create a lot of the trail system, but like an overlanding park, I thought that would be a pretty cool, fun thing to do. And so we're looking at maybe considering doing something like that down here. And if I do, of course, I'll share that with you guys. But it's just a matter of, you'd have to get with the county and make sure you could open the business down here and all that type stuff. So it'd take a little bit of effort, but what we would do, like I said, the trail system, some overland camping, some primitive camping type setup, and then maybe some other activities. Again, we would have the farm pond, the river, if somebody wanted to do a little fishing, and potentially, maybe even put up a little range, like a pistol range, or maybe a 50-yard range kind of setup. People wanting to do a little shooting or whatever. Might could even hold some classes down here, whether it be overlanding, camping 101, those type things. Thought that would be kind of fun and interesting, because a lot of new people are getting into the hobby, and you could host different classes down here, either even some prepping, survival type classes, whatever. The military's used this land in the past in training exercises, and this is one of the areas that they use. So fun. Love it down here. Been a while since I've been down, so I wanted to come down today and check it out since they've done some logging. Just want to see what it looked like. But yeah, there's a lot of deadfall left, so somebody could make a heck of a lot of firewood out of all this stuff. Come down here and just cut as you need, and for the night and whatever the weekend, because a lot of it's smaller stuff, about as big as around your arm or whatever. But anyway, guys, just thought I'd share this with you. I know maybe the video's gone a little long, but I thought y'all might find it interesting what my little prepping area looked like and what I have to go to and off the grid and get out of the way if I need to. But anyway, guys, appreciate you tuning in. If you got any questions, you can post those below. If you would share videos, that's always helpful. Helps us get the word out about Guns and Gear Network, which is also helpful. Also, in the section below down there, I'll post up my Amazon affiliate store. If you decide you want to buy anything, always check out through my store first. A lot of the stuff that we review and all that is on that in that couple stores, and I've got it divided into sections, so you should be able to find something maybe you need or want, and you can do that. But anyway, guys, appreciate you tuning in. As always, like, share, and subscribe. Bring another video shortly. Have a great day.